part 2 of the review. We're taking this car on a little road trip. We're gonna go to Bartlesville, which is probably about like 45 minutes. So I actually wanted to get their point of view of this 2019 Lexus RX350. Hold on, let's close this out. Bear, what do you think? You gotta speak up, buddy.
If you're going somewhere like very nice, I think you should write the
Okay. What else you think about it?
That
Looks like a spaceship. It is very spaceshipy. How do you like the inside? You like the color? How are the seats back there? Do you have plenty of space? Okay. Is there anything back there like for vents and anything? Can you feel the air when it's blowing back there? Cool. What else you thought about it? He's out of words. All right, son, what do you think about this car?
It's very spacious. Like you get so much room inside this car, and it drives really smooth. The sound system to this is very good for this type of car.
We'll turn it up. What else?
It's very clean looking. Like it has like a our car front, like our regular Lexus front, but it has like the SUV body, which is kind of unique.
Very. I said very. There's a couple things I forgot to mention in my part 1, so I'm attaching this to the video. I do like the technology that this vehicle offers. As far as the mouse, it does offer everything else that Lexus has in their vehicles, such as the navigation, as far as the weather channel. That's what I meant to say. It has the weather channel radar, so you can actually see if there's any rain on the radar. Today we actually had a couple tornadoes come through. We had a tornado warning in Tulsa, and it turned out to be like 5 miles from here. But if you're on the road and you want to see the weather, instead of pulling out your phone and doing what you shouldn't be doing, you can just open up the app. It's still the same. This still has the Lexus app suite. It doesn't have the Google or Apple CarPlay. I don't know why. I don't know what's up with Toyota and Lexus, why they can't seem to get that together as far as making their entertainment more connected as far as everything else. Me, I'm simple. I like my Bluetooth, and I use Google Maps on my phone, so I'm fine with it. So another thing that I just kind of noticed about the car is when you're crossing the lanes. I had a 2018 Camry, so whenever you're crossing the lanes, the car will kind of tug you back in. This one, the steering wheel actually vibrates, and when you're backing up and it uses the 360 camera view, it'll show all cars coming, and it'll actually apply the brakes for you. I'm not a big fan of cars that apply the brakes automatically, because if somebody's behind you, you need to run them over. It's going to stop you from running them over. I mean, somebody could be coming after you with a knife, and like, I need to run this over, and the car's like, no, that's not safe. But anyways, so that was pretty much, I wanted to get their point of view, because as a driver, sometimes you can't experience a fullness of a vehicle. You can only get the drivability, but as far as comfort is concerned, the passengers get all the comfort, because they ain't got to worry about keeping their eyes on the road. He's in the back, he can just lay out. He's in the side, he can just pass out. I have to keep awake. So a couple things that's different from here than from this car than my 15 GS350. The windshield wipers don't have an automatic option, and I found that kind of weird. I was it's like that should at least be a standard. It feels like a regression. I pointed out in the first video that it doesn't have a rear windshield wiper, something that costs this much, especially with all the options it has on it. It feels like it should automatically have a rear windshield wiper. That doesn't seem like it would have been that much to incorporate in for Lexus to put in there. And there is a kind of abundance of plastic. I mean, you do feel safe in this car, but as far as big as this, or as long as this car is, you feel like you're surrounded by a lot of plastic. It doesn't feel cheap, but it doesn't feel necessarily luxurious either. Like the dash feels kind of rubbery instead of more of a smooth look or a smooth feel to it. So, I mean, those are minor complaints. Nothing too special. When you keep it in the sport mode, it just keeps your RPMs up. You know, the same thing in my car, except I have the Sport Plus, and when you're in Sport Plus, it tightens up the suspension. I don't see there's no reason to have a Sport Plus or anything as far as like an SUV. You don't get this car to drive sporty. You get this car to get from point A to point B in the most comfortable way as possible. And I think that's what Lexus has achieved with this car, is a comfortable SUV. And this is something that, like I said before, I want my wife to have, to take my kids to school in, something like that. So as far as that aspect is concerned, I think Lexus knocked it out of the park with this. And when he said this car looks like a spaceship, when you start thinking about it, it is kind of like a spaceship, just from all the sharp edges. But they try to crease everything out at the same time. They try to two-tone the interior. So I think Lexus, the designers, did a very good job with this vehicle. I wish it had just a little bit more thump and bass, but then again, you know what I'm saying, they're not trying to blow you out the water. I don't know if this has their most premium sound system. I'm assuming not, because it doesn't say anything like that on there. So, I mean, you got your Grace Note, your HD radio, your XM, you know, your normal Lexus stuff, but I don't think this is their most premium sound system they have. So, if you watch this video, thumbs up. You know, there's always those people who like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that. Like, why?
That's too much.
Yeah, it is. Like, I don't care. I think I have like 200 subscribers. Like, it's not even. I don't even take like YouTube seriously. I just really do this for them, and I just so happen to get into this car reviews on the side. So, but anyways, deuces. You gotta turn off the camera. I'm dropping.